Hello, I'm Mark Bodicher. I'm the Hardin County Agriculture and Natural Resources Extension Educator. And today we're in the northeastern section of the county, taking a look at a cornfield here that has experienced some problems with drought stress. This particular township only had 1.6 inches of rain the month of July and only 9.6 inches of rain through the end of July. So as you can imagine, some of the things we're finding in the field relate to that. We have some smut ears in the field, some tassel ears in the field, which are brought about by stress of the corn plant. The population in this field when we checked it was 32,000 plants per acre. The field was planted on May 9th. It's 113-day corn. And fortunately, we've had some rain in the end of July and also through early August, which has brought about some gray leaf spot on the ear leaves of this corn. So not only are we dealing with drought stress, we're dealing with some disease pressure as well. When we did check this field, as you can imagine, the yield was pretty low. It was at 141 bushels per acre. We did not see any problem with insect pressure in this field, but the weeds that we're finding, we did see some water hemp in this field, which is going to have to bring about some management changes for this particular farmer. Thank you, and have a nice day. Good afternoon. I'm Mark Bodicher, your Hardin County OSU Extension Educator for Agriculture and Natural Resources. Today I'm standing in a soybean field in the northeastern corner of the county, and this particular field was planted on June 6th in a no-till situation following a cover crop of cereal rye. As you can tell, it's a fairly clean field. We don't have a weed problem in this particular field, but I did notice that some of the leaves do have some herbicide damage on them. As far as insect pressure goes, we noticed a little bit of bean leaf beetle damage on the leaves of the plant. However, when we look at the pods of the plant, I did not notice any damage to the pods from insects. As far as disease pressure goes, the only thing I was able to find in this particular field was some brown spot on the lower canopy. So that shouldn't have an effect too much on the yield. And the yield that we're estimating this particular crop at today is 43.5 bushel per acre.
Good afternoon, I'm Bowden Fisher, Water Quality Associate with the Ohio State University Extension. I'm here today with Mark Bodicher, the Agriculture and Natural Resources Educator for Hardin County. And we are in the southwestern corner of the county today in the Scioto Marsh. So the soil type here is a Roundhead Series muck, very high in organic matter and natural fertility. However, we've still seen stress in this area throughout the growing season. So overall, the corn crop, the plants are about 8 to 8.5 foot tall, and in terms of plant population, we are at 25,500 plants to the acre, and in terms of crop development, we're between the dough and the dent stages in development, reproductive stages. So we're progressing well. In terms of pressure on the field from disease, we're seeing quite a bit actually of gray leaf spot. We're also seeing northern corn leaf blight in some instances, and other pressures we're seeing is weed populations. We're seeing water hemp, red root pigweed, and also some lamb's quarters. So that's where we're at with this field. The average yield came out to be 157.2 bushels to the acre, and that is in part to some tip dieback and variability between 14 and 16 round around the ears. So thank you. Have a great afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm Bowden Fisher, Water Quality Associate with the Ohio State University Extension. I'm here in Hardin County with Mark Bodicher, the Agriculture and Natural Resources Educator for Hardin County. We're here in a soybean field in the southeastern part of the county, Dudley Township, conducting a pod count check, and this field is fairly clean overall. We are looking at about 34-inch average height for the plants. We're looking at a population that came out to be about 100,000 plants per acre, and overall incidence of disease is fairly low. We are seeing some bacterial leaf blight in the upper canopy in small incidences, and also we are seeing lower canopy septoria brown spot. Also in the upper canopy, potential of what we're seeing to be low incidence of downy mildew, potentially brought on in the past few weeks by cooler temperatures and wetter weather. The only weed we're seeing in the field in any significant amount is volunteer corn, and even that is fairly low incidence. So overall, this field is looking well, and the development stage of the crop is between R5 and R6. So we're starting to see the pod fill out. And as you can see with all the pods here, we did complete the pod check, and that came out to be about 71.5 pods per plant. So thank you from Hardin County.